All right, this question's for the Canadians. Do you guys think we should be so tied to US rules? I kind of agree with this comment here. Why isn't Canada doing its own thing? But I would ask, why aren't we following the rest of the world? These are all the countries that follow EU emissions regulations, Euro standards. North America, basically Mexico, United States, and Canada, are the only countries that don't follow that standard. The rest of the world tests at the World Transient Harmonized Cycle, which means that a motor that's built in one place, as long as it meets the Euro standard, is illegal in all these places. That means that all of these countries here share basically the same engines, and they can make these engines and vehicles and they can export them all between each other. This region right here is only allowed to use what the US says, which essentially gives US monopoly power over the Canadian automobile market. If I think personally we should be adopting both. Either use US EPA, or if a manufacturer chooses, use Euro. That would allow us to have access to all of the world. I think it would also allow Canadian manufacturers to export globally. So if you make a piece of equipment and you're in Canada and you want to sell to South America or Europe, you need to use a Euro engine. And I have found from experience that it is almost impossible to import that Euro engine because it's not an EPA engine, and the permits to go through on that are absolutely insane just to export it. Whereas if we allowed Euro, Canadian manufacturers could build engines, build equipment, and then easily sell that equipment to abroad, to places like Australia, New Zealand, Europe, Asia. Personally, I'd love to see more vehicles be allowed, like the Toyota Land Cruiser that's not legal in Canada because the engine's not EPA certified. It'd be cool to see some more European trucks on the road too. And more importantly, it would allow us to separate from basically the monopolistic power of the United States. I think Australia has a fair rule. They say that manufacturers, their general standard is Euro, but a manufacturer can opt to use EPA equivalent, and they say that, okay, Tier 4 final is equivalent to Euro 5 or Euro 6, so you can use them back and forth. I think that would make sense for an approach like Canada. We could still use the US model, but still be independent. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think on that idea as Canadians. Why are we so tied to the US? Why, as Canadians, we don't just embrace the global standard?